Hi, this is David from Mobile Central, and today we're taking a look at the LG Revolution. This is Verizon's latest 4G LTE phone in their lineup. It has a 4.3-inch screen, a 1.3 megapixel camera, a 5 megapixel camera on the back, a micro HDMI port, and a micro USB port. The feel of the device is quite nice. It's similar to having an iPhone 4 in your hand. It's running off a Snapdragon processor, the same one used in the Galaxy S phones, and the battery power is about 1500 milliamps. So you're only going to get about 6 hours 45 minutes of talk time, 3 days of use if it's suspended most of the time, and if you're streaming video like on Netflix or something, it's only going to last about 3 hours. So I've talked enough about the specs here. Let's take a look at the operating system itself. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that it's running off of Android 2.2. It's not just any Android 2.2, but a Bing variant of Android 2.2. What's the difference between this and probably one you would find off another phone? It's running Bing. So instead of Google Maps, you're getting Bing Maps but other than that, there's not much of a difference. Another thing you'll notice is that if you go to the side here, you have this whole slider for albums, photos, videos. And one thing, quick note here, if you hold down here, you don't get a pop-out like you would on another Android device. You get a slide-up. And here you have your widgets, your shortcuts, wallpapers, folders. The live wallpapers are located actually here. And you'll get the nice pop-up we're all familiar with. But enough about that. Let's get on to other things. As you can see, it also made it into a grid to move things around. But it's not worth noting really all that much. The apps, your apps are now categorized. So communication, you have stuff like the contacts, email, Facebook. News and search, you have stuff like Bing, browser, finance, media. You have stuff like Blockbuster, games, Netflix. And tools, of course, you'd find stuff like the mobile hotspot, the settings, your Verizon account for one. And also at the very bottom here, you'll find any apps that you've downloaded from the market. Now, because 2.2 Froyo is pretty much prevalent in a lot of phones these days, I'm not going to spend too much time on the operating system. So, what can we look at? Well, let's take a look at the games. For instance, let's look at Let's Golf 2. Which will start here. There we go. And we get the Gameloft logo. And let's skip this. I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of how powerful the device is itself. Anyway, do an instant play, and one of these we'll get into. As you can see, it's got quite nice performance on here. Everything's fluid, nice speeds. Graphics are on par with something you find on the PS2, for instance. So let's do this quickly. Got a slider, and you have to hit it just about right. And there you go. Simple to play. Basically, yeah. I could play this for hours, but we got other things to move on to. So, let's see, browsing speeds. The browsing speeds on this device are very good. If you want a demonstration, let's go to speed test. And let's begin it. And our results are a whooping 10 megs per second download speed and upload speed of 803 kilobytes per second. So we get some really nice speeds on this phone. Now let's talk about some other things on this phone. Skype works alright, but I wouldn't leave it on, and here's why. Because it's operating off of a few radio networks, the device will drain power very quickly if there's a program on it using the data connection constantly. So you're probably going to get your phone dead in about like 6 hours. So word of advice, do not leave any constant data connections on this phone. The camera on this device is really good. Outside shots came really well done. Inside shots were the same. I gotta say, when it comes to the device, the most well put together aspect of this is this camera right here. Other than that, the front camera works alright. It's not that good, but for what it is, a 1.3 megapixel camera, it's fine. Like, this photo was taken with it. It does decent enough. The video quality for video recording is iffy. Here, I'll show you what I mean with this, though. Let's open this up. You'll see that when it comes to recording outside, it'll constantly adjust itself. So there's changes in lighting when it shoots. So it's a bit of a problem if you notice that kind of thing, which you probably will. But otherwise, it shoots pretty decently. It's good enough for YouTube. So with that said, that's all I can cover on the camera. It works basically the same as any other phone. As far as the device goes, it's pretty decent. You get some good data speeds, performs well, the battery is pretty decent for what it offers. The one disappointment I will say about the device, and I'm sure you've heard this already, is that video calling is not supported just yet. And that's because it does not run Gingerbread at this point. I know Gingerbread is rolling out for a few other devices. Hopefully the LG Revolution will get it at some point in the future. And the other thing I will say about the phone is that if you leave any data connections open on it through Skype, it will drain the battery very fast. Overall, if you can get over those minor disappointments about the device, it's pretty decent for what it offers. So, thank you for watching this review. I hope you found it informative. Thank you.